Okay, James, so here is your narrated mobility video. First thing you're going to want to do is get started off with some dynamic stretches for your upper body. We're going to be doing upper body and hips, by the way. So for your upper body, all I want you to do is do a set of arm circles going up and backwards. Just one arm at a time, gives you a little bit more range of motion. You're going to be doing that for 20 repetitions on either arm. Get them out there as wide as you can. If you want to do more reps, you're more than welcome to, but just 20 on either arm would be nice. After that, you're going to want to be doing the clapping type motion where you're going to get your palms, face them up towards the ceiling, pull your shoulder blades back and down, and just open up your hands as wide as you can do, getting a nice big stretch across the pecs and the shoulders, and just keep repeating that motion for 20 repetitions also. But again, if you want to do more reps, you're more than welcome to. After that, we're going to get into a lat stretch with the band. So you're going to want to put a band around a post at shoulder height or higher and drop down to the same knee that you're stretching the lat on. Some people recommend that you keep an underhand position with this. It doesn't really matter. I keep an overhand position with the band, and I just try and lean my weight through the armpit that I'm stretching as much as I can do. If you want to move around a little bit in the stretch and get the lat just stretched out at slightly different angles, you're more than welcome to. So yeah, after the lat stretch, we're going to be going on to a upper back and trapezius stretch where you're going to keep the band at shoulder height. You're going to wrap the band around your wrist, and what you're going to do for this motion is you're going to try and round your shoulder as much as you can do by pushing it forward and trying to shrug it over, and pushing the middle of your back backwards as much as you can. So you're letting the band pull your arm forward and you're leaning the entirety of your upper body backwards to counteract the resistance, and you're trying to push the middle of your back as much as you can out there. I'm just going to show you at another angle what this looks like. So what it is that we're looking at doing is it's around here that we're looking to stretch, and this is the direction that the muscles are going to be going in. They're going to be going from the center there over in a kind of diagonal direction, boom, around the front. So yeah, that just gives you a little idea of where it is that we're stretching and the angle that we're looking to hit it at. After that, we're going to be stretching the pecs. So you just want to keep the band at shoulder height, get your palm turned up towards the ceiling, and stand yourself right out there, trying to face your torso away from the band as much as you can do. And after that, we're going to stretch out your shoulder with a little bit more emphasis by literally just moving the band up to be about a foot higher. You can get it a little bit higher than that if you want to, just as long as it's up at about a 45-degree angle. Get your hand looped around it again, get that palm face up towards the sky, and turn your torso right away from the band. I personally prefer to get into a little bit of a lunge when I'm doing this. It gives me a little bit of a stretch up by the psoas as well, and I feel like it's a nice stretch that goes through the chain. But the main thing is we're just getting that shoulder stretched out, so you don't have to be in a split stance as long as you just kind of stood away from the band, turned away. That's the main thing that I'm looking for. And boom, after that, you're going to be doing some hips, so I will slide that clip in here just now. The last mobility drill that we've got is going to be to try and get rid of a little bit of that glute med corner tightness that you're getting in the right side of your hip, but you can work on this for both of your glutes. So the area that we're going to want to be focusing on is if you bend your feet up at the top of your thigh, where like your bone would be coming into your hip, it's going to be just at the very top there, where your hip just about meets the glute. And there, really at the top of the bone, you should feel that it's probably going to be quite sensitive tissue around that area if you poke around that area. From there, all across like that top corner of the butt, so from about there up to about halfway mid at the back around to where the front of the thigh is, just all around here, this big clump. It's probably going to feel quite tacky and tough around there. So you're going to want to get yourself a massage ball, or you can just use your hands if you feel like your poking strength is powerful enough. Or what you can do is you can put like a little 5-kilogram weight on the end of your barbell, or actually use the end of your barbell nailing itself and just place it on the side of your hip. You're going to want to start off with your feet tucked in, like your legs tucked in, and all you're going to do is put loads of pressure on that corner bit of muscle, and you're going to drive your knee back until your hip comes into being full contraction, so that glute's fully contracted, and then bring it back up. And you're just going to repeat this motion for 10 repetitions. After you've gone through it all, you're going to move up or down an inch, just wherever abouts it is that's some good sensitive tissue. You should find that, as I said, around there to around the top of your butt is going to be pretty sensitive. Put more pressure on there. You're just going to repeat the process again. Ten repetitions there, and you're going to want to repeat that for about 3 different tough spots around that location. So as soon as you're done, swap yourself over, get yourself onto the other side, and depending on what the pain is like in here, I'd reduce the reps maybe down to about 5 repetitions. If the pain is the same as the other side, keep it all up to 10, but I imagine it'll be lesser because the left side of your hip looks like it's less tight than the right side. So yeah, give that a go.